Hey Shelby Bells, it's Shelby. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in for another video. In today's video, you guys, we have to talk about defnoodles again because defnoodles is now going off on Twitter, saying people are trying to deplatform him, saying the drama channels have formed some sort of alliance to try and get him deplatformed off of YouTube. Girl, it's literally the most craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. If you want to hear more about that drama, make sure that you keep on watching. Okay guys, so the intro is still in like construction mode and I'm honestly just so tired of my old intro, so I'm not gonna bother putting that in the video. So there's no real like formal intro or whatever. If you guys are new here, my name is Shelby. I'm the crazy cat lady of the drama community here on YouTube. I bring you the tea 7 days a week with the help of my investigative research team, Mr. and Miss Kitty. This is Mr. Kitty. He's the face of the operation around here. He loves to be on camera. He loves to come sit in mommy's lap when we're filming, and he really honestly is the face of the whole operation around here. We have Miss Kitty too. Miss Kitty, she's very talkative. She's very that, and she's really the brains behind the operation. Miss Kitty finds all the receipts for you guys. If there's ever a receipt that you need to be found, Miss Kitty finds it, and she's the one who provides most of the opinions around here, and she gives all of her information. But this is Mr. Kitty. He's the face of the operation and we love him so much. He's such a beautiful Maine Coon baby, and he provides all of the looks, and he gives his commentary every once in a while too, but sometimes he doesn't get the tea exactly right. And when he doesn't get the tea exactly right, you guys comment down below about how he didn't get the tea right and everything. And if the receipts are not right, if there's something not right with the tea or I got a receipt wrong, it's probably Mr. Kitty's fault anyway. So if all that madness seems like something that you're interested in, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. Don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified of all my future videos when they do post. Remember, all Shelby Bells ring the bell. And yes, guys, if you subscribe, I'm gonna get into the video in a second because I know you guys are probably like, girl, hello, get to the drama, please. I am so like close to 5,000 subscribers. I can almost taste it, you guys. So if you can subscribe to my channel for me, help me out if you want to see more videos, all of that, it would mean the absolute world to me. I love all of my Shelby Bells so much, and I would love for you to join the Shelby Bell family. Okay, Mr. Kitty, you said the defnoodles went on to Twitter today, and he was saying that the drama channels were banding together to try and get him deplatformed off of YouTube, Mr. Kitty? No, what, Mr. Kitty, well, why would we do that? Okay, Mr. Kitty has decided to join us. Mr. Kitty, why would we try to bind together to form an alliance to get defnoodles deplatformed off of YouTube? Why would we do that? I don't think it makes much sense either, Mr. Kitty, if you want me to be quite honest with you. I really don't think it makes too much sense. I mean, why would we try to, make an alliance to get him banned off Twitter? It doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? I mean, he made some insensitive comments. He's made some jokes that didn't hit and stuff. But I mean, it's just like, personally, I don't have time to get him banned on Twitter. Do you have time for that, Mr. Kitty? No, Mr. Kitty, I know you don't. You're too busy trying to find the tea. Mr. Kitty, you're too busy trying to get better at finding the tea. You don't have time to worry about defnoodles and getting him deplatformed off of YouTube. You really don't. Say, Mr. Kitty, tell defnoodles, because you know he watches, you know defnoodles watches. Mr. Kitty, tell defnoodles, Mr. Kitty, tell defnoodles, Mr. Kitty, tell, he doesn't want to bring up, he's like, put me down. Mr. Kitty, tell, okay, so Mr. Kitty, you wanted to tell defnoodles that you don't have time to get him banned off Twitter or YouTube or whatever it is. You don't have time to deplatform him because you're worried about focusing on getting the tea and doing your job as a cat. Okay, Mr. Kitty, well, I will let defnoodles know if he happens to watch this video. You know he watches, so maybe he'll watch us. But in all seriousness, I think it is honestly, like, I don't have time for that. Okay, I don't have to, I'm not here to get anybody deplatformed, to get anybody taken off of YouTube, get their channel taken down. I don't have time for that. I'm on the internet. I make my little drama videos here on YouTube because I'm just a girl in Texas sitting in her living room now, not even in her old makeup studio. I'm sitting in my living room just spilling the tea, okay? I don't have time to get anybody deplatformed. I wouldn't even know how to begin to get anybody deplatformed, let alone do I have myself have the platform to get enough attention to get somebody deplatformed. I mean, how many times can I say deplatform in one sentence? I mean, it's just like, I don't have time for that. I really don't. Do I agree with everything defnoodles has done lately? No, I really don't. Okay, I don't think he should have called Papa Gut the P word. I don't think he should, you know, say that he's a comedian when he also delivers serious news topics. Although I will give him credit for this one. He has started, you know, putting serious in front of the more serious news topics that he talks about. I don't think that he should have, you know, trolled and lied about his age the way he did. But you know what? People make mistakes. And if he did it because it was an acting choice he made when he was doing more acting than YouTube, then I mean, I understand it, but I don't agree with it. I think it's kind of silly and stupid. But I mean, I don't think he should be deplatformed for that. Most recently, he told a subscriber of his, a fan on Twitter, to go educate themselves at the end of a barrel of a shotgun. And I think that was supposed to be some sort of sick joke, but I think it was just really awful and cruel and mean. Do I think he needs to be banned off YouTube and Twitter for that? No. Do I think he needs to come forward and say, hey, you know what? I've been doing some things lately that have offended people, that have made people upset, and you know, I'm sorry. I don't wish harm on anybody like that. You know, I don't think that Papa Gut is this. You know, he already kind of addressed the age thing, so I'm not really, you know, I'm not really harping on him for the age thing. People are saying the age thing is because he's trying to be predatorial and all this stuff. I don't think that. So, but I think that he should just come forward and take some sort of ounce of responsibility for his actions, because he doesn't take any accountability for any of his actions. And that's the thing, is that he's been going on these rants, making these troll apology videos to people. And it's like, dude, like, people are really upset. Like, there's something to be said for, even if you don't necessarily believe that you're completely wrong in a situation, there's something to be said for you stepping up and being a man and being the bigger person and saying, hey, I'm sorry if I hurt you. Especially when you have hundreds of thousands of people on the internet watching you. They're disappointed in you because they really liked you and they're a big fan of yours. And then you know, betray their trust. Now, I mean, these super big fans and stans, they don't know what to do. And it's just sad, you guys. I mean, and I can't help but kind of, you know, put his behavior at this point into the categories of like Trisha Paytas, into the categories of like Gabby Hanna. Because it's just like, it's just about when someone's calling you out when you're doing something wrong, and then you just double down. And he's just doubled down. And it's just a really sad, you know, route to go down. But to say that the drama channels are trying to get him deplatformed, I think is a really, really big reach and a really big stretch, because I don't think anyone's trying to get him deplatformed. I think they're just trying to get him to apologize. This all started out because, you know, he did something really he did something that was really not good. Calling Papa Gut the P word was when this whole thing really, really first started, and that was a really big flop on Dennis's part, and he still just stands behind the fact that he did it because he's a comedian and it was a joke. And I have to say that that's not like it, my guy. It's just not it. And since then, and here's the thing that happens all the time on social media, when a big creator, you okay, Mr. Kitty? I know, Mr. Kitty, when you've seen it happen time and time again. I know it. When a big creator does something that they mess up in the public eye, and then they don't take accountability for it, the people will just they will dig, and they will dig deep, and they will find thing after thing after thing after thing, and it's a catapult, and the internet is relentless at that point. But I think that if he would have just been like, hey, you know what? I'm sorry to Papa Gut. That was insensitive. I was wrong with that. It was supposed to be a joke, and it wasn't funny, and I realized why it wasn't funny. I realized tagging the FBI of Los Angeles in a Twitter post is a waste of resources and a bad move, and I'm sorry for that, and I hope that you guys can forgive me. I'm sorry for making the mistake. If he would have done that, then this whole thing that's ensued afterward, I think would not be as big of a deal. But once you go onto a 6-hour Twitter space, you know, basically where everyone's coming for you and you still don't take much accountability for your actions, then people find out that you're lying about your age, then, you know, you tell somebody to go educate themselves at the barrel of a shotgun, like, so horrible to say. And then you issue troll apologies for these and you don't care. And then you just are super defensive and like don't really, like, he's just being super defensive and weird on Twitter. And now he's accusing people that are just simply trying to hold him accountable, simply trying to like be like, hey dude, like this isn't the move, my guy, hello. Like he's basically twisting the narrative to gain sympathy from, I guess, whoever wants to believe him, that we're trying to get him deplatformed. And I have to bring up this, because Ethan Klein has been in situations where people have actively tried to get him deplatformed. His YouTube channel has been suspended for, I mean, a few times now for stuff, okay? And I don't know, and I might be wrong about this. I know that defnoodles Twitter was banned for like a year, but I don't know that defnoodles has ever been suspended on YouTube. Am I right with that, or am I not right? Please let me know in the comment section down below. Am I right? Has defnoodles YouTube channel ever been suspended? I don't know. I really don't know. But I feel like, based on what I know, I feel like it has not been suspended. And if his YouTube channel has not been suspended, you're not even close to getting deplatformed, my guy. So what are you talking about? Is this all a ruse to get people over to your Patreon so you can get paid memberships? Potentially to help pay for your new comedy studio that you're performing these roast battles in, which, by the way, on a whole separate note, he announced the lineup for his little roast or whatever. And I gotta tell you, I hadn't heard of any of those people. I thought it was supposed to be like YouTubers and people that people knew coming in to roast each other, but it's just like some random people. Do these people even know who each other are? How are you gonna roast somebody you don't even know who they are? I'm confused about the whole thing, and I'm not the only one who's confused about it. I saw a bunch of like Twitter, like people kind of chatting on Twitter about it as well. When he first announced the lineup, I was like, I've never heard of any of these people. I thought it was supposed to be a thing where, like, you know, it was people that were relevant kind of coming in and roasting each other, and it was supposed to be a big thing. But if you hadn't heard of the people that you're roasting, how are you going to roast them? You can't read somebody you don't know anything about. You got to go for low blows at that point. And if it's just if that's the case, and him just having this roast battle where just low blows to each other the whole time about stuff that you can just see by looking at them or whatever, that's so dumb in my person. That's very 2006 in my opinion, to go after somebody and attack them and to roast them and make fun of them for their looks or for what they're wearing or whatever, how they talk, whatever. Come on, like it's so, like, I mean, go after something, you know, unique and original, but you can't do that if you don't know them. So I don't know, that's just like a side note, but I don't know, maybe the roast battles will get better, but I feel like for the first one, you'd want it to be like good, right? You want it to be like good people, you know? And I didn't know any of those people that were on the roast battle, and that's no dig or shame to them. I just never heard of them, and I would assume that he would want it to be people that people knew. Like, if you guys are the people, if you saw the roast list for who's going to participate in the first roast and you knew any of them, please let me know who they are in the comment section down below. But I even went to like each of the individual Twitter pages, and they didn't have like a huge following. So I don't know. I mean, that's just a whole other thing to me. But I mean, to say that like he's being threatened to get deplatformed, or he thinks people are trying to deplatform him, I personally think that whole thing is just a ruse to get people over to his Patreon so he can get paid memberships for content over there. And on Patreon and stuff like that, you have more freedom to say and do whatever you want, 'cause it's a paid platform and all that, okay? I think that's what that whole thing is. I think he knows he's not at risk of getting deplatformed. I think he knows all that. I think he's using the drama channel videos that are being made about him to send people over, make people think he's getting deplatformed, send people over to a paid platform where he can charge them to view the content, and he has more freedom to do the things that you can't really do on YouTube. Maybe he's realizing that YouTube might not be the best platform for him, because here on YouTube, it's expected that you remain very, very politically correct. And you know, you breathe the wrong way, you're gonna offend somebody on YouTube. So maybe he's just realizing this isn't for him. Mr. Kitty, don't mess with that, okay? Mr. Kitty loves to decide when I'm filming to rustle around. He loves to rustle when I'm filming. So Mr. Kitty, don't do that right now, babe, okay? Anyway, this is all, so much. So let me know what you think about all of the drama with defnoodles. Do you think that he's at risk of getting deplatformed? Do you think the drama channels have, formed an alliance to try and get him taken off of YouTube? Like, let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. I'm not a part of any alliance to get defnoodles deplatformed, and I've made a lot of videos about him lately. But I can honestly say I'm just making the videos because he's just pretty hot in the tea right now, and that's just what there is to talk about. So, I mean, that's all the only reason I'm making videos about about him. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think it's all a ruse to get people over to his Patreon? Let me know. I'd love to hear what you think. And that's going to be it for today's video, you guys. If you did enjoy it, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel down below. Don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified of all my future videos when they do post. Remember, all Shelby bells ring the bell. And yes, guys, again, I am so close to 5,000 subscribers. I can smell it, I can taste it, I'm just ready to feel it. So if you're new here, subscribe to my channel. It would mean the absolute world to me, and I would love for you to join the Shelby Bell family. If you enjoyed today's video, YouTube should be suggesting a couple more down here for you to choose from, so I'd love it if you did that. And aside from that, I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.